story about her grandmother.
And then you have to also understand my upbringing. You know, I didn't think I learned any better sitting next to a white child. You know, that was not my paradigm. I didn't define myself in juxtaposition to white people. And that was reinforced with my grandmother, which goes all the way back to 56 on the bus after the boycott. And she always sat in the back. And I would always sit up in the front and aggravate white folks. They were sitting there squirming and pushing and all. Being a kid, I'm 14 at that time, 15. And one day there were no white folks on the bus, so I went and sat in the back with Mommy. I said, we walked all these days, you walked. And my mama and daddy sent money and shoes and do. And you still sit in the back. I thought she was capitulating. I knew she was a block captain. I knew she was in the movement. I knew she thought voting was important. But I still thought maybe you are afraid of white folks in a certain kind of way. And she, very ladylike, extremely ladylike, who had far more class than my la-di-da teacher relatives. And she always called me Gwendolyn, the whole name, not Gwen, but Gwendolyn. Very proper. And she said, Gwendolyn, the bus boycott was not about sitting next to white people. It was about sitting anywhere you please. And I am pleased to sit here.
That's the difference between the ending of segregation and the ending of integration. A lot of civil rights leaders and people in the movement weren't really even for integration. They just were against segregation, because from the framework of them was that segregation keeps you away from opportunities. Integration just sits you next to your enemy. It doesn't really do anything. So I say that to say, there's examples you can look through in history. There was schools in Chicago that fell to pieces that were black run, that were African, so-called black run schools, because after integration became a thing, a lot of teachers lost jobs. They ended up becoming janitors and nobodies. A lot of principals lost jobs. One of the reasons why charter schools and all of that is big is because of integration. Because Europeans in America, aka white folks, so-called white folks, they didn't want to be next to us. So they made charter schools and Christian charter schools because they could get away with it, legally speaking. Because again, legally speaking doesn't mean anything to me, because 3/5 of a man. Nevertheless, understand that this game of, your ancestors did it. There's people alive today who literally were getting beat and getting attacked by dogs who will tell you, fam, I did not get chewed on by a dog because I wanted to vote. I got chewed on by a dog because I wanted to be treated like a human. Humans got to vote.
When y'all get back, this nigga's ill.
You get what I'm saying? So all of this backing of red, blue, green party, it don't matter at the end of the day. Even though there is some green candidates and some independent candidates who you be like, oh yeah, they politics align with mine, I want to deal with them. They're not ever going to get in because people are too scared to even vote those people in. And those people actually do the things, those people say that they will do the things that you want. So you get what I'm saying, fam? Realistically speaking, we are in the late stages of society. That doesn't mean we're going to topple like Rome, but it could happen. And Rome didn't crumble in a day. So the idea that one can believe that the same person, as far as Kamala Harris, that a few people was loud and proud on the internets talking about is enabling a genocide, will now be theta, meta, theta, beta, whatever that Greek, I don't, if you in a sorority or fraternity, cool on you, but I don't understand it because you black and you Greek, that's weird. Not saying somebody of African descent who's Greek. Shout out to Giannis. What I'm saying is that whole situation is weird. Shout out to Zora Neale Hurston, though. But these people don't care. The only way to stop something is to stop something. Nasty. Please understand that. And also make sure to keep your do-rag cape rolled. All right, peace.